What's up, guys? Today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about the end of the movie, The Thing. I just recently watched this again. I'm going to tell you my current opinion at the end. I'm going to tell you when I first watched this, it never occurred to me that either one of these men was The Thing. I didn't know that that was even something people was thinking until many years later when the internet became a thing and I actually went on the internet to online communities. So there's a lot of discussions out there that don't really make any sense to me, and we're gonna dive into them. Some of the major talking points we're gonna debunk, but we're just going to talk about the end scene here. Okay, now right there, people say that Childs is a thing, and Mac tried to detect whether or not Childs was a thing via this bottle that he put kerosene or gasoline or holy water or whatever into. It's just something that happened off screen. At first, that didn't make any sense to me because when did this happen? And then somebody said they was making Molotovs in the movie earlier, which is accurate. And then other people say, right just then you saw that Mac was about to take a drink. But if you look at Childs, Childs is walking through the snow, not a quiet thing. Childs is wearing all kind of thick clothes and whatnot, not a quiet thing. Childs has got a metal backpack, flamethrower, a hose, a flamethrower in his hand. Something's got to be clanging against something else. There's no way Childs snuck up on him. Now, is this something that the movie calculated, or is it just one of those things for movies, especially old movies, where it wasn't calculated? We don't know, but it's entirely realistically, Childs could not have snuck up on Mac. So, did Mac hear him coming as Mac was the thing, and then play it off as he was drinking, so that Childs would think that the bottle was okay when he offered it to him later? That's the thing to think about.
You the only one who made it?
Not the only one.
Did you kill it?
Where were you, Charles?
Now, right here, we got Childs coming up on Mac. Childs, I think in this scene, I've caught the pilot light lit on the end of that flamethrower. You kind of have to watch it a few times because there's a lot of times when you can't tell whether or not that pilot light is lit on the flamethrower, that you have to catch it just at the right angle. But I think I'm catching it lit, and also Childs is holding it like it's still got juice left in it. So I'm thinking it does, and McCready is probably thinking it does too. Whether or not McCready is the thing doesn't really matter at this point. In both instances, he would have a survival instinct, and he would want to not get burned alive right here. Childs has a history. He's a hot-headed dude. He's quick to action. The fact that he did not come around the corner, see Mac, and just burn him right then and there is kind of out of character for Childs. It really is. So, whether Mac is human or not, Mac has got to know that he is in real danger at this point. So, he's going to try to, you see him trying to display some authority here, and that's exactly what I do. You can't hunker in the corner and be like, please don't burn, because that makes you look guilty. So he's going to play the only card he has, which is to, act like it's a given that he's not the thing.
Thought I saw Blair. I went out after him. Got lost in the storm.
See, what Childs is doing here is a mistake. Now, you can tell that Childs is very tired. He's sitting down way too close to McCready. If McCready was the thing, then, the flamethrower is still pointed in Mac's general direction. But still, if McCready is the thing, then you're never getting up from that position. Not ever. You're just done. You're too close. At some point or another, you're going to fall asleep. You try to get up and you'll be in a bad point of balance and the thing could rush you. It's... Mm-mm. So that's a bad thing for Giles to do, is sit real close to McCready like that.
Fire's got the temperature up all over the camp. Won't last long, though.
Neither will we.
Now you see, you look at what McGrady is doing here. He's starting to de-escalate, which, whether or not he's the thing, that's what he would do. Because in both instances, he still has a very real chance that Childs is going to burn him alive. He needs to chill Childs out.
How will we make it?
Maybe we should.
If you're worried about me,
If we've got any surprises for each other, I don't think we're in much shape to do anything about it.
There's a lot of de-escalation. And I don't want to hear about the breath, all right? The breath showing on Mac and not on Childs, a gleam in the eye. But get out of here, man. There's too many holes in the plot of this movie. Too many things that don't make sense, okay? If anybody was the thing here, it's not Childs. It's Mac. Because Childs could have just came around the corner and burned Mac. And let's say, for instance, Childs' flamethrower was done empty. The thing don't really need a weapon. And you say to yourself, well, the thing had done everything it needed to. Homie, the thing had done everything it needed to a long time ago. When the thing arrived as the dog, all it had to do was infect Clark, which it had many chances to do, and then leave as the dog, go to the coast, and then start infecting the entire ocean and spread over the world, while Clark waits at the camp for shift change to go back to the real world. See, that's a two-pronged attack. That's a lot smarter. Now, Clark at the camp would cause no trouble, because if you're a spy, an infiltrator, the last thing you want to do is start causing trouble, sabotaging things, doing this or that, taking chances, imitating everybody you see, which alerts the whole camp to, hey, somebody here ain't who he says he is. For another thing, when the thing takes you over, it obviously gets your memories and knows what you know, because otherwise, how does it speak English? How does it know your mannerisms? It's not like he sits and watches you for 6 months and learns your habits. That doesn't happen. So he must know your mannerisms when he takes you over. So that means that the thing knows that people don't normally live right on top of each other as they do here. So the thing could have very easily just waited until it went back to the real world, where life is much more private, and it could take people over in their homes and spread a lot more easily. See, so the thing does not have a history of modus operandi, a mode of operating in a smart way. It's not completely stupid. It's somewhat. It won't like take you over in a room full of people, but if you go in another room and it thinks it has a chance to take you over without being found out, it will, whether or not it needs to. So that establishes that the idea that it didn't need to take either man over in this last scene doesn't make any sense, because the thing has never done something because it needed to or not. It just likes doing it. See, now some people say that this is when Mac knows, because for one thing, the music starts playing like that's, some kind of defining moment. You see Mac laugh there like he knows something. So they're like, well, that's how you know Mac gave him kerosene. You see, it doesn't make any sense. Like we've established, the thing is, if Charles was the thing, then he would have either burned Mac or taken him over with the go-go gadget arms as soon as he saw him. Because it doesn't matter if it needed to, that's just what it does. So whether or not it could detect that that was gasoline, it just doesn't fly. And then some people say that Mac was the thing because it infected the end of the bottle, and Mac thing is laughing because he just infected Childs. That would mean that Mac thing is no longer pretending to be human at that time, but the thing itself, the alien, is actually laughing because it knows it has just won. Homie, of all the things on earth, human beings are the only things that laugh. Dogs don't laugh, pigs don't laugh, fish don't laugh. Nothing on earth laughs except for human beings. Why would you think an alien laughs? It don't make no sense. And if the alien here as Mac is pretending to be Mac, then why would it laugh for something that's good for it? It's pretending to be Mac, and that's not good for Mac. It's giving itself away. That doesn't make any sense. And I tell you what, this is the exact moment you know that Mac is not the thing, because it doesn't rush Childs with its go-go gadget arms and tendrils. All right, if it had the modus operandi, the mode of operating to kind of poison people with its essence, then it could have affected the whole camp a lot easier. You remember when Homie said everybody should prepare their own meals and we should eat out of cans, as in they had somebody who acted as a cook who would do things like cook up a pot of spaghetti and everybody would eat out of it. That means it would have been very easy and a lot more simpler to just put some of itself in that pot of spaghetti, grind it up with the rest of the ground meat, and then everybody in camp, pretty much everybody, was going to eat out of that pot of spaghetti, and then the next day, whole camp is the thing. So the idea, it didn't do that. Instead, it liked to, just be brutal with you face to face. So the idea that it's suddenly going to switch the way it operates at the last scene, it just doesn't make any sense. The way it operates is as soon as it has a chance, it gets you. It has a chance here. Mac, whether he's a thing or not, has been de-escalating the whole time. Childs, we can't see what he's doing with a flamethrower, but if he's still got a hold of it, he's got a hold of it with one hand. So that means, he's got a lot less control of it. All right, and he's got his eyes closed. He's got the bottle up, so he can't really see what's happening. I mean, he can put it down in a second, sure, but this gives Mac, as the thing, every advantage, the most advantage he's gonna get. This is the best chance he's gonna get. If he was gonna attack Giles, he would do it at this moment. And we know that that's the way the thing likes to play it. So that's how we know that Mac isn't the thing. All right, so you can put your little theories to rest. And I know Carpenter said he wanted things to be ambiguous and blah, blah, blah. Well, he didn't do a good job of it, homie. He just didn't. Because, well, he didn't sit around thinking about, could this be that, could that be this, like we do. I know it's unholy to say things about Carpenter, and this is just my opinion, but the man don't love horror half as much as you do. He just don't. Because Exhibit A in the evidence pile, there are so many holes in this movie. All right, they could have made the movie a lot better if they didn't have, either they didn't have so much evidence, or they showed us a lot more of the turns, so that we could yell at the screen when the main characters were interacting with the thing. We'd be like, no, he's the thing, he's the thing, stop talking to him, why don't you check his back pocket? you know that that would have been, yeah. But maybe a second movie was like that, could have been like that, yeah. But anyway, yeah, y'all just, when you're thinking of your theories, you're not thinking of everything. You're not taking into account, oh, that's all the thing had to do to win. You're not taking into account the way the thing operates. It doesn't operate like that. It doesn't.